Cristiano Ronaldo dos Santos Aveiro, often hailed as one of the greatest footballers in history, had beginnings that were as humble as they were inspiring. Born on February 5, 1985, in the small, sun-kissed island of Madeira, Portugal, Ronaldo's story is not just about natural talent, it is a testament to resilience, determination, and an unyielding passion for football. This chapter delves into the first years of his life, painting a picture of a boy whose dreams would eventually take him to the pinnacle of world football. Ronaldo was born into a modest family in the parish of Santo Antonio in the city of Funchal, Madeira. His father, José Diniz Aveiro, worked as a municipal gardener and part-time kitman at a local football club. His mother, Maria Dolores dos Santos Aveiro, was a cook and a homemaker who instilled discipline and care in her children. Ronaldo had 3 siblings, and being the youngest son, he grew up surrounded by love but also keenly aware of the hardships of his family. Money was tight and the family struggled to make ends meet, but the small apartment in Funchal was filled with laughter, warmth, and a growing passion for football. From an early age, Ronaldo displayed traits that would later define his career. Even as a toddler, he showed extraordinary coordination and energy. The local neighbors often noticed him dribbling small objects with his feet, kicking anything he could find, and demonstrating a precocious sense of rhythm and timing. These playful beginnings were the first seeds of a footballing prodigy. The streets of Funchal were more than just pathways. They were Ronaldo's first football pitch. Lined with cobblestones, steep hills, and narrow alleys, these streets provided a natural obstacle course that honed his balance and agility. He would kick makeshift balls, often made from tightly wrapped socks or rags, against walls, fences, and even garbage cans. Ronaldo's friends and neighborhood kids quickly recognized his exceptional abilities. Unlike many others, he would practice tirelessly, often refusing to take breaks. Rain or shine, he could be found running up and down the hilly streets, perfecting his dribbling and shooting. These early sessions were unstructured but extremely influential. They cultivated not only his technical skills, but also a mental toughness that would later become legendary. While Ronaldo excelled on the streets, school presented its own set of challenges. Academically, he was an average student, often distracted by his football obsession. Teachers noted his energy and charisma, but struggled with his lack of focus in the classroom. However, these challenges also taught Ronaldo valuable life lessons: the importance of perseverance, time management, and setting priorities. At home, financial struggles meant Ronaldo often had to manage his own equipment and training schedules. His family could not afford expensive boots or training gear. He learned to improvise, using whatever materials were available. This ingenuity translated to his football style. Quick thinking, creativity, and adaptability became second nature. By the age of 7, Ronaldo's love for football had become all-consuming. He idolized local players and followed every match he could watch on television or listen to on the radio. His childhood heroes were more than just inspiration. They were models of excellence he sought to emulate. Ronaldo's dedication to mastering the game was unparalleled. He would wake up early, practice before school, play during breaks, and continue into the evening. This unrelenting passion often led to conflicts with friends and family. While others wanted to rest or play casually, Ronaldo was relentless. His mother worried about his health at times, fearing exhaustion, yet she also recognized his extraordinary drive and subtly encouraged it, providing support whenever possible. Recognizing his talent, local coaches encouraged Ronaldo to join organized football training. At the age of 8, he became part of Andorinha, a small club in Funchal, where his father even worked part-time as a kitman. Here, Ronaldo's raw talent began to translate into disciplined skill. At Andorinha, young Ronaldo stood out for his agility, speed, and uncanny ability to read the game. His small stature was not a disadvantage. It actually helped him maneuver quickly and dodge opponents. Coaches remember him as fiercely competitive, never willing to let a teammate outshine him in practice drills. These early formative years taught Ronaldo critical lessons in teamwork, discipline, and resilience. Despite his growing talent, Ronaldo's early life was not without struggles. Madeira, while picturesque, offered limited opportunities for ambitious footballers. Travel to mainland Portugal was expensive, and many young players' dreams ended abruptly due to financial or logistical constraints. Ronaldo's family supported him emotionally, but could not fund every opportunity. These limitations, however, fueled his determination. Ronaldo learned to adapt, to seize every opportunity, and to work harder than anyone else. Even in adolescence, when faced with the option to give up or continue, he chose the latter. His hunger for success became a defining characteristic of his personality. By the time he was 10, Ronaldo was already regarded as a prodigy. Stories circulated of a boy who could dribble past older children with ease, score improbable goals, and maintain focus beyond his years. He won local tournaments, often single-handedly influencing the outcome of matches. He also displayed leadership qualities early. Even as a child, he motivated teammates, encouraged struggling players, and celebrated the collective success of the team. These qualities were indicators of the global icon he would eventually become. Life in Madeira was not easy. Ronaldo faced personal sacrifices from a young age. He often missed family outings or casual playtime because of training. He endured physical discomfort, minor injuries, and long walks to practice fields. Yet these sacrifices did not deter him. Instead, they hardened his resolve and taught him the value of persistence. At school, while friends played video games or relaxed, Ronaldo's mind was often occupied with football strategies, analyzing professional matches, or imagining his future career. The contrast between his peers and his single-minded focus set him apart. Even as a child, Ronaldo envisioned a future on the grandest stages of football. He dreamed of stadiums filled with cheering fans, trophies, and international acclaim. But more than fame, he dreamed of mastering the craft, becoming a player whose skills and discipline others would admire and aspire to emulate. These dreams, nurtured in the narrow streets of Funchal, were the seeds of a journey that would eventually take him to Sporting CP, Manchester United, Real Madrid, Juventus, and beyond. Each ball kicked on the cobblestones, each goal scored in the street was a step towards destiny. Ronaldo's childhood in Madeira was not merely a backdrop to his story, it was the foundation. The lessons learned, the obstacles overcome, and the early displays of talent shaped the player and the man. His energy, determination, and unyielding passion were forged in the simple, rugged streets of his hometown. This period of his life reminds us that greatness often begins humbly, in places and circumstances that seem ordinary, but with the right mindset and relentless dedication, extraordinary achievements are possible. Ronaldo's journey from these beginnings was only just starting, yet the character, resilience, and brilliance that would define his career were already unmistakably present. A new world beyond Madeira. Leaving Madeira was the first real fracture in Cristiano Ronaldo's childhood. Until then, football had been woven into the fabric of his everyday life, played in streets, shared with friends, supported by family. But when the opportunity to join Sporting Clube de Portugal's academy arrived, everything changed. This was no longer a dream sheltered by familiarity. This was reality, sharp and unforgiving. At just 12 years old, Ronaldo boarded a plane to Lisbon. It was the first time he had been so far from home. The island disappeared beneath the clouds, and with it went the comfort of family dinners, familiar streets, and the gentle rhythm of life in Madeira. Lisbon was louder, faster, and infinitely more demanding. For Ronaldo, this move was not just geographical, it was psychological. Life inside the Sporting CP Academy. Sporting CP's Alcochete Academy was renowned across Portugal. It was a factory of discipline, a proving ground for the nation's most promising talents. Many had entered those gates with hope. Very few left as professionals. Ronaldo arrived skinny, emotionally vulnerable, and unmistakably talented. The daily routine was brutal for a boy his age. Early morning wake-ups, school hours tightly scheduled around training, multiple training sessions per day, tactical education, physical conditioning, and technical drills. There was no room for indulgence. Mistakes were corrected immediately. Weaknesses were exposed publicly. For the first time in his life, Ronaldo was surrounded by players who were also the best from their regions. Talent was no longer rare, it was the minimum requirement. That realization hit hard. Loneliness and emotional struggles. At night, when the academy lights dimmed and conversations faded, loneliness became his closest companion. Ronaldo cried. Not once, not occasionally, often. He missed his mother deeply. He missed the warmth of home-cooked meals. He missed being understood without explanation. Some teammates mocked his Madarian accent. Others laughed at his emotional sensitivity. But what they didn't see was the fire growing quietly behind his tears. Ronaldo did not internalize humiliation as weakness. He translated it into obsession. Discipline becomes identity. While others adopted slowly, Ronaldo attacked improvement with urgency. He trained longer. He repeated drills after sessions officially ended. He asked questions. He studied movements. He practiced with intensity that bordered on unhealthy. Coaches noticed something unusual. Not arrogance, not rebellion, but relentless seriousness. Ronaldo hated losing, even in training games. He hated mistakes more than fatigue. And above all, he hated the idea of being average. This was where his mindset began to separate him from the rest. Physical transformation begins. Ronaldo's body began to change, not dramatically at first, but intentionally. He learned to strengthen his core. He improved his balance. He worked on explosive speed and acceleration. Even meals became strategic. Rest became purposeful. At an age when most children were still discovering hobbies, Ronaldo was engineering his future. Youth competitions and rising reputation. As months turned into years, Ronaldo's performances in youth competitions became impossible to ignore. He wasn't just technically gifted, he was decisive. He beat defenders with confidence. He created chances out of nothing. He demanded the ball in crucial moments. Coaches began moving him up age groups. Older players struggled to contain him. Within Sporting's internal structure, his name circulated quietly at first, then increasingly often. Not hype, recognition. The first taste of pressure. With recognition came pressure. Expectations rose. Mistakes were magnified. Competition intensified. Ronaldo responded not with caution, but with aggression. He played as if every match was an audition, as if every touch mattered, and in many ways it did, breaking into Sporting's senior consciousness. By his mid-teens, Ronaldo was no longer just an academy player. He was a prospect. Senior team coaches began monitoring his progress. Training invitations came. Evaluation sessions followed. The gap between dream and reality was narrowing. But the final leap would demand something more than talent. It would demand belief. The decision that changed everything. There came a moment, a subtle but decisive turning point, when Sporting's coaching staff realized something undeniable. Cristiano Ronaldo was ready. Not ready to dominate, not ready to lead, but ready to step into a world where fear would either consume him or forge him. And Ronaldo had already chosen which one it would be. Cristiano Ronaldo had crossed the hardest distance already. Not the kilometers between Madeira and Lisbon, but the invisible distance between a boy with potential and a player others began to take seriously. Inside Sporting CP, his name no longer belonged only to academy reports. It had entered conversations among senior coaches. And once that happens, nothing stays the same. Training with the first team. The first invitation to train with Sporting's senior squad was not dramatic. No announcement, no ceremony, just a quiet instruction. Be ready tomorrow morning. For Cristiano Ronaldo, it felt unreal. The dressing room was different. Older players, stronger bodies, sharper movements. Every touch of the ball carried weight. Mistakes were punished immediately. Confidence was tested relentlessly. Ronaldo felt the difference instantly, but he did not retreat. He adopted. He ran harder, pressed faster, demanded the ball. Some senior players were annoyed by his confidence. Others were impressed by his fearlessness. He was young, but he was not timid. The first professional contract. Sporting CP knew what they had. At just 16 years old, Ronaldo signed his first professional contract. It was a symbolic moment, not because of money, but because of belief. The club was saying something without words. We see your future. For Ronaldo, this was validation, but also responsibility. From that day on, excuses disappeared. Debut on the big stage. Ronaldo made history quietly. In 2002, he became the first player to play for Sporting's under-16 team, under-17 team, under-18 team, B team, first team, all in the same season. This wasn't luck, it was acceleration. Each appearance added pressure, each minute sharpened expectations, but Ronaldo thrived under weight. The match that changed everything. Then came the game, a pre-season friendly against Manchester United. Sporting CP were opening their new stadium. The crowd was full, the opposition was elite. Ronaldo was fearless. He attacked defenders, he demanded the ball. He played with audacity that unsettled world-class players. By the final whistle, something rare had happened. Manchester United players were talking, not about the scoreline, but about a teenager in green and white. Sir Alex Ferguson noticed, and when he noticed, history shifted. The turning point. Within days, conversations accelerated. Phone calls, meetings, urgency. Manchester United wanted Ronaldo immediately. For a boy who had cried himself to sleep missing home, the world was now calling his name. But the leap ahead would demand another sacrifice, another goodbye, another step into uncertainty. Cristiano Ronaldo's early career was no longer about promise, it was about momentum. The academy years had carved discipline into his bones. The professional exposure had sharpened his edge. The boy from Madeira was no longer chasing opportunity. Opportunity was chasing him. And the next chapter would place him on the world's loudest stage, where talent is tested, pressure is unforgiving, and legends are either broken or born. When Cristiano Ronaldo arrived in England, the noise was immediate. Old Trafford was not just a stadium, it was a microscope. Every touch was watched, every mistake magnified, every performance compared to legends. Ronaldo was only 18. He had talent, he had confidence, but England was different. A sudden leap into pressure. The transfer happened fast, too fast, some said. One moment, Ronaldo was a promising winger in Portugal. The next, he was wearing the most scrutinized shirt in English football. Manchester United did not sign potential lightly. When they moved, it meant expectation, not patience. Sir Alex Ferguson did not offer comfort, he offered challenge. "You're here to work," he said. "Nothing is guaranteed." Ronaldo listened, but inside, he believed. First days at Old Trafford. Training sessions were brutal. The tempo was higher, the tackles harder, the standards ruthless. Veteran players tested him immediately, not with words, with contact. Ronaldo was kicked, pushed, pulled, sometimes deliberately. The Premier League was a lesson in survival, but Ronaldo did not shrink. He learned quickly, release the ball faster, protect himself better, use speed, not force. He adapted without losing flair. The number 7 shirt. Then came the decision that defined everything. The number 7 shirt. A number worn by legends, a number heavy with history. Many thought it was a mistake, too much pressure, too soon. Ronaldo accepted without any hesitation. Pressure did not scare him, it attracted him. Debut and early reactions. Ronaldo's debut electrified the crowd. Every touch raised anticipation, every dribble stirred excitement. But excitement is not the same as respect. Opposition defenders targeted him. Critics questioned his end product. The media labeled him flashy but ineffective. Goals were slow to come, and in England, patience is short. Learning the hard way. Ronaldo struggled, not publicly, but internally. He worked, he trained, yet the numbers did not match the effort. Crosses missed, shots blocked, decisions questioned. But one thing was undeniable: he never hid. Even after criticism, he demanded the ball again. That courage mattered. Sir Alex Ferguson's influence. Sir Alex Ferguson became more than a manager. He became a stabilizer. He protected Ronaldo from excessive criticism. He corrected him privately. He demanded improvement relentlessly. Ferguson saw what others missed. Ronaldo was not lacking intelligence. He was learning efficiency. And learning takes time. A turning point begins to form. Gradually, things changed. Ronaldo added discipline to creativity, purpose to flair, end product to entertainment. His physique improved, his decision-making sharpened. The goals started coming, not floods, but signs. Enough to silence doubts, enough to fuel belief. Cristiano Ronaldo had not yet conquered England, but he had survived it. And survival at Manchester United is often the first step towards greatness. Cristiano Ronaldo did not change overnight. Transformation for him was never sudden. It was calculated, built layer by layer. Manchester United was not interested in flair alone. They demanded results, and Ronaldo understood the message. Rebuilding himself. Ronaldo looked at himself honestly. Speed alone was not enough. Skill alone was not enough. The Premier League required strength, intelligence, and endurance. So he rebuilt. He changed his diet. He changed his training intensity. He changed his recovery habits. Gym sessions became routine. Sprint drills became obsessive. Jump training became relentless. Slowly, his body evolved. Lean became powerful. Quick became explosive. Agile became unstoppable. This physical transformation gave him confidence, not arrogance, certainty. Mental maturity. The most important change was invisible. Ronaldo learned patience. He stopped forcing moments, stopped dribbling for applause, started choosing impact over beauty. He studied defenders, learned their timing, exploited their mistakes. Goals became his priority. And when goals come, respect follows. The breakthrough season. Then came the season where everything aligned. Confidence, form, trust. Ronaldo began scoring regularly. Not lucky goals, decisive ones. Free kicks, long shots, headers. He was no longer a winger trying to impress. He was a weapon. Opponents adjusted tactics specifically for him. Fans rose from seats every time he touched the ball. Old Trafford believed. Winning changes everything. Trophies followed, Premier League titles, domestic success, European nights filled with electricity. Winning sharpened Ronaldo's hunger instead of satisfying it. Each trophy raised his standards. Each medal increased his expectations. He wasn't chasing history yet. He was preparing for it. Individual recognition. Awards began arriving: Player of the Year, Team of the Season, global recognition. Critics changed tone. The same voices that questioned his efficiency now praised his dominance. Ronaldo remained unmoved. Praise was temporary. Greatness required consistency. The first Ballon d'Or. It was more than a trophy. It was confirmation, from the streets of Madeira to the summit of world football. But even at the peak, Ronaldo looked forward, because deep inside he knew this was not his final form. The weight of expectation. With success came pressure. Every match now carried expectation, every performance judged against perfection. Ronaldo embraced it. Pressure did not weaken him, it sharpened him. Manchester United transformed Cristiano Ronaldo, not into a star, into a standard, a benchmark others would chase. But ambition does not rest, and soon the call of a bigger stage would pull him toward the place where records wait to be broken. Spain was calling, and history was about to accelerate. The world had already seen Ronaldo's brilliance at Manchester United, but football has a rhythm that rewards ambition, not comfort. In 2009, Real Madrid offered him a stage unlike any other, a club with history, expectations, and a global gaze so intense it could suffocate. The transfer fee was record-breaking, 94 million euros. Every eye in the football world turned. Every headline screamed anticipation. Every fan waited. For Ronaldo, this was not about money. It was about legacy. It was about testing himself against the very best. Madrid welcomed him with applause, but applause alone cannot make legends. Ronaldo knew he had to earn respect every single day. The pressure of a record transfer. Being the most expensive player in the world comes with burdens few understand. Every touch, every pass, every goal would be dissected. Critics and journalists scrutinized him relentlessly. Fans expected immediate domination. Teammates watched curiously, measuring him. Some doubted him, some envied him, but Ronaldo saw only opportunity. Pressure was not a deterrent, it was fuel. Adopting to La Liga. Spain presented new challenges, different styles, faster thinking, technical defenders. Ronaldo adopted quickly. Improved tactical awareness, sharpened positioning, enhanced finishing with both feet, developed heading ability to perfection. Physical training intensified further. Video analysis became a tool of obsession. Every game was studied, every weakness noted and corrected. Even opponents marveled at his commitment. The rise to dominance. Ronaldo's first season at Real Madrid was a statement. He scored goals consistently. He created space where none existed. He combined individual brilliance with team synergy. Records began to fall quietly at first. First to score 30-plus goals in debut La Liga season, fastest to reach double-digit hat tricks in club history. But numbers only tell part of the story. The aura he carried, confidence, fearlessness, relentlessness set him apart. Developing rivalries. With greatness comes rivalry. La Liga was already home to incredible players. Messi, another global talent, became the inevitable measure. Every El Clasico carried weight beyond points. It was a personal battlefield, a stage to demonstrate supremacy. Ronaldo learned to thrive under direct competition. Every match against Barcelona demanded focus, innovation, and resilience. He would play with intensity, strategy, and flair, a combination that defined the decade. Cultural and personal adaptation. Off the field, Madrid was as challenging as on it. New city, new language, new lifestyle. Media intrusion was constant. Expectations were unforgiving. Ronaldo adopted quickly. He learned Spanish, he embraced the culture. He cultivated routines to maximize focus and recovery. Family and personal stability became priorities. They anchored him amid global chaos. Cristiano Ronaldo had arrived at Real Madrid not just to participate, he had arrived to dominate. The Champions League, Europe's premier club competition, was the arena where legends are immortalized. For Ronaldo, it was both a challenge and a proving ground. Early European nights. From the first match, he understood the stakes. The stadiums were massive, the fans were relentless, the opponents were meticulous. Every tackle, every pass, every goal carried significance. Ronaldo's approach was simple: observe, analyze, anticipate, exploit weaknesses, execute with precision. Even in defeat, lessons were absorbed. Even in victory, standards were reset. Breaking records. Ronaldo's time at Real Madrid is defined by numbers that often defy belief. Fastest to 50 Champions League goals, only player to score in 3 consecutive finals, record holder for the most goals in a single season, 17 goals. But beyond statistics, it was his consistency under pressure that set him apart. Opponents feared him, defenders planned against him, yet he continuously evolved. The Messi rivalry. No story of Ronaldo at Real Madrid is complete without the shadow of Lionel Messi. Every El Clasico was more than a match. It was a chessboard of skill, strategy, and ego. Ronaldo's preparation became meticulous, studying Messi's tendencies, learning defensive patterns, anticipating attacks. Every encounter sharpened him. Every victory, every loss became fuel. Personal growth and leadership. As years passed, Ronaldo transformed into a leader, not through words, but through action. Leading by example in training, guiding younger teammates, carrying the team in critical moments. He cultivated resilience that was both physical and mental. The weight of expectation never broke him, it molded him. Trophy haul and recognition. Under Ronaldo's influence, Real Madrid's trophy cabinet expanded. Multiple La Liga titles, numerous Copa del Rey trophies, Champions League victories, 4 during his tenure. Individually, he claimed multiple Ballon d'Or awards. His name became synonymous with excellence, consistency, and relentless pursuit of perfection. Global impact. Ronaldo's achievements transcended club football. He inspired millions globally, becoming a cultural icon, a role model for discipline and work ethic, a symbol of relentless ambition. Social media, endorsements, and global recognition amplified his presence, but he remained grounded in routine, training, and football. After nearly a decade at Real Madrid, Cristiano Ronaldo's career was already legendary. Records broken, trophies won, rivalries cemented, he had done almost everything possible in Spain. Yet greatness never rests. In 2018, Juventus offered him a new challenge, Serie A, Italy's tactically rigorous football league. Ronaldo's transfer to Juventus was not just a change of club, it was a test of adaptation, discipline, and resilience. Italy demanded different skills: tactical awareness, defensive intelligence, and consistent high-level performance. For Ronaldo, this was the perfect opportunity to reinvent himself once again. Adapting to Serie A. Serie A is different from La Liga or the Premier League. Defenders are disciplined and highly tactical. Matches are slower but strategic, requiring constant anticipation. Physical battles are relentless, testing stamina and endurance. Ronaldo had to evolve, adjust his movement and positioning to break down structured defenses, improve first-touch precision under pressure, increase aerial threat in set pieces, headers, and corners. From day one, he approached training with obsessive focus. Italy would not intimidate him, it would refine him. First season, making an immediate impact. Ronaldo did not take time to adapt passively. He scored in consecutive matches. He set new records for Juventus's fastest goals in a season. He became the primary goal-scoring threat. Fans immediately recognized his professionalism and work ethic. Younger players looked up to him not just for talent, but for relentless discipline. Serie A defenders learned quickly. Stopping Ronaldo required more than strength. It required anticipation, agility, and flawless teamwork. Yet he remained unstoppable. Physical evolution and longevity. Ronaldo's age was often mentioned in the media, 33 at the time of transfer, but his body defied expectations. Advanced gym routines, tailored nutrition, recovery science including cryotherapy and physiotherapy, mindfulness and mental conditioning. His physical evolution allowed him to remain explosive, agile, and lethal in front of the goal. He was not just surviving, he was dominating in a league known for slowing even elite attackers. Challenges off the pitch. Italy was a new culture and lifestyle. Language barriers required adaptation. Media scrutiny was intense, focusing on every detail. New teammates required trust building and leadership. Ronaldo thrived. He embraced Italian culture, learned the language quickly, and balanced professional discipline with personal life. His family remained a priority, providing stability amid career pressures. Cristiano Ronaldo's arrival at Juventus was more than a headline. It was a statement. He had proven himself in England and Spain. Italy would test him differently, tactically, mentally, and physically. And Ronaldo thrived under the pressure. Goal-scoring machine. Ronaldo immediately began breaking records. First player to score in 9 consecutive Serie A matches, most goals in a single season by a Juventus player in Serie A, consistently finishing as top scorer in the league. His ability to score with both feet, his aerial dominance, and his timing in the box made him nearly unstoppable. Every match highlighted his evolution from a talented winger to a complete forward. Leadership on and off the field. Ronaldo became a mentor to younger players, training with intensity as an example, offering guidance during matches, helping players understand professionalism, discipline, and tactical awareness. He led not through words alone, but by consistently performing at the highest level. Juventus became a team molded around his influence, both on and off the pitch. European ambitions. While Serie A was the battleground, Europe remained the stage of ultimate challenge. Ronaldo continued to perform in the Champions League, reminding the world of his unmatched consistency, scoring decisive goals in knockout rounds, elevating team performance under pressure, breaking records as Juventus' top scorer in Europe. Even against the most tactical opponents, Ronaldo's vision, power, and composure ensured Juventus remained competitive. Physical and mental mastery. At an age when most players begin to decline, Ronaldo defied norms, sprinting faster than younger defenders, jumping higher in aerial duels, maintaining agility and sharp reflexes. His mental resilience was equally remarkable, embracing criticism, managing expectations, continuously setting higher goals for himself. Ronaldo's holistic approach became a blueprint for longevity in professional sports, personal milestones, and legacy. During his time in Italy, he reached 700-plus career goals, solidified status as one of the highest-scoring players in European football history, enhanced global recognition and influence, inspiring millions. Juventus was not the peak of his career, it was the continuation of an unstoppable journey. He proved that greatness transcends leagues, teams, and age. After a legendary journey in Spain and Italy, Cristiano Ronaldo returned to Manchester United in 2021. The stage where he had first become a global star was ready to welcome him again. But the world had changed, and so had he. United fans remembered the boy from Madeira who had grown into a record-breaking forward. Ronaldo returned not just as a player, but as a symbol of ambition, discipline, and relentless excellence. At 36 years old, questions loomed. Could he still compete at the highest level? Could he adapt to a modern, fast-paced Premier League? Could he lead a team in transition? Ronaldo answered by immediately showing that greatness knows no age. Immediate impact on the pitch. From his very first matches, Ronaldo's influence was undeniable. Goals scored in crucial fixtures, leadership on the field guiding younger players, drawing defenders and creating space for teammates. He became the heartbeat of Manchester United's attack. Opponents quickly realized that even with years of experience, he remained one of the most lethal forwards in the world. Mentorship and leadership. Ronaldo's role was more than scoring goals. On the training ground, he demanded high standards from everyone, mentored rising stars, sharing insights on movement, finishing, and professionalism, set an example in recovery, fitness, and preparation. His presence transformed the culture of the team. He reminded the squad that elite football is about discipline, sacrifice, and ambition, regardless of age. Continued scoring milestones. Even in his mid-30s, Ronaldo continued to shatter records. Fastest player to reach 800 career goals across club and country. One of the oldest players to score consistently in the Premier League. Record-breaking hat tricks against top opposition. Each goal reinforced his reputation. Ronaldo was not past his prime. He was redefining it. European competition and global recognition. Beyond domestic leagues, Ronaldo's impact remained global. Champions League performances showcased his ability to deliver under pressure. Recognition from media, analysts, and fans solidified his position as one of football's all-time greats. He became a symbol of longevity, discipline, and relentless ambition. Challenges of age and adaptation. Returning to Manchester United was not without hurdles. Physical demands of the Premier League intensified. Tactical systems required adaptation. Media scrutiny intensified with every mistake or success. Ronaldo adapted, as he always had, through training, focus, and mental fortitude. Cristiano Ronaldo's second spell at Manchester United was more than a comeback. It was a testament to resilience, consistency, and evolution. At 36 plus, few athletes retain the speed, power, and precision required at elite levels. Ronaldo did more than retain it, he enhanced it, breaking all-time records. Even in the twilight of his career, Ronaldo continued rewriting history. All-time top scorer in European competitions, fastest to 800 professional career goals, numerous Premier League and international records. Every match, every goal, every assist became another chapter in a career few could rival. Influence beyond goals. Ronaldo's legacy was not only measured in statistics, leadership in the locker room, mentoring young players, demonstrating professionalism in training and recovery, inspiring fans worldwide with discipline, fitness, and consistency. He became the blueprint for aspiring athletes. Talent alone is not enough. Dedication and self-belief are essential. International achievements. With Portugal, Ronaldo cemented his place in history, winning Euro 2016, Portugal's first major international trophy, winning the 2019 UEFA Nations League, becoming Portugal's all-time leading scorer, representing his nation in multiple World Cups, becoming a global icon. These accomplishments elevated him from club legend to national hero. Redefining longevity. Ronaldo's continued excellence challenged conventional thinking about athlete aging. Peak physical condition maintained into late 30s, advanced recovery routines and diet, mental resilience and motivation. His example proved that age is not a limitation, but a challenge to overcome. The final chapters. As his career progressed, Ronaldo began focusing on his lasting impact, inspiring the next generation of footballers, expanding influence through philanthropy and global presence, leaving a blueprint of success, discipline, and relentless ambition. Every goal, every assist, and every victory added to a narrative that would endure for generations. Closing reflections. From the cobblestone streets of Madeira to the grandest stadiums in the world, Cristiano Ronaldo's journey is the story of relentless ambition. A boy with dreams became a global icon. Challenges forged resilience. Discipline shaped excellence. Passion fueled every step. Ronaldo's story is not merely about football. It is about what it means to chase greatness, to evolve constantly, and to leave a legacy that transcends sport.
Please like and subscribe the channel. Bye bye.